Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Thursday, December 23, 2021, and it is also the second day of Yule, beginning a season of celebration where we make use of light, warmth, and cheer to acknowledge that this is the most night-dominated time of the year. Today is the last of the 3 longest nights of the year, an opportunity to create a landing strip, if you will, of lights for your favorite guides, ancestors, and deities to find you and to commune and converse about the last year, the upcoming year, what we have and what we desire. I like to think of this time of year like the new moon, but on a longer scale with a more out-facing perspective. As with the new moon, we have hopefully finished releasing whatever came up for us last year, and we hopefully have a fresh slate to set intentions for the one we're about to enter. So, after the 3 longest nights of the year, on the 4th morning, the new sun rises just a little bit earlier, heralding the good news that the sun's light and warmth is returning to us again. It's the promise of life to come, as much as the waiting in the dark that we gather to acknowledge and celebrate. So here we sit in our mother's womb, so to speak, keeping ourselves safe and warm using resources we gathered from without and from within. And with the new sun comes our opportunity to be new people, or at least more refined and reflected versions of ourselves. Happy Yule, everyone. The sun is in Capricorn, and this is a cardinal earth sign. And this cardinal earth sign is our friend. Capricorn is here to help us get down to the business of building our networks and our empires. This sign is optimistic and hardworking and has a strong sense of responsibility. In the coming weeks, Venus in retrograde may bring up some questions regarding our relationship to our finances. We also have another long aspect with Saturn and Uranus coming in that is likely to bring in some rebellious vibes. But Capricorn, my friends, Capricorn rules the day for the coming month. Challenges arise and they will fall away. All that is left for us is to continue to show up and do the work. The moon is in Leo all day today. Leo is a warm and loving sign. Under this influence, our childlike sense of play is easily invoked. We're patient and kind with the people around us, and we love to appreciate and celebrate them. The waning gibbous phase energy of this moon encourages us to start making that list and checking it twice. What part of this last month's events have worked for us, and which ones need to go? Make some notes and plan to begin releasing with the 3rd quarter moon on Sunday. Let's take a look at these planets and aspects before we get into the interpretations. I have prepared a legend of the symbols we'll be looking at today so that we can start with an idea of some of the energies that are in play. As ever, at the top of the list we have the sun. The sun represents our outer life. This is who we are when we step out the door, the person that people first get to know when they meet us, and also how we come to engage in our social, civic, and work spheres. After the sun comes the moon, and the moon represents our inner life. This is more about our relationship with ourselves, so what you think, what you know, what you intuit, and also how you come to engage in your domestic sphere. With Jupiter on the page today, Jupiter is our planet for good fortune, growth, positive expansion. And we have Saturn here as well. This is about our responsibilities to the structures that we maintain so that we can support ourselves and our loved ones. Uranus is also here. Uranus always comes along and asks us to do things differently, so often brings around about some change. Venus represents our treasure, or those things and people that we value the most and how we relate to them. And Pluto is about extremes, especially the extreme ends of the story, the death and rebirth, and also the high highs and the low lows of the experience that we're having. Mars is on the page. That represents your personal sense of initiative, whatever it is that gives you passion, sparks your fire to get going. And Chiron relates to the healing that you're doing in this life. As for aspect energies on the page, we have a few today. I see an opposition here, and opposition is a potential for conflict, but it's also an opportunity to seek the balance in a situation. Square also represents the possibility for challenges. Conjunct tends to amplify the effects of both of the planets involved. And trine is a very harmonious and positive energy that kind of promises us good times in relationship to these energies. Signs of mention on the page today are Capricorn, Leo, and Libra. So with all of that said, I have divided our aspects into two columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon sheds light on our inner lives, and it sets the tone for our emotional experiences and our domestic relations. The moon moves very quickly, creating many brief aspects that represent ambient energies that may produce moods and other internal experiences for us throughout the course of the day. The sun sheds light on our outer lives, and I address the rest of the planets on this side because these aspects take longer and they have more of an impact on our actions and interactions out in the world. And we start with the moon today. Actually, both of today's aspects happen after midnight, so they're actually very early morning aspects for the 24th, which is Friday, and also Christmas Eve. So at 12:39 a.m. Friday morning, the moon runs in opposition to Jupiter. It's a middle of the night aspect. It's really easy to get along with people at this time, but we can't be too generous when we're trying to celebrate. So have fun, but don't let others get the impression that you're a pushover. 2-hour aspect. Have fun. Don't give too much. And yes, it's possible to give too much. Overall, though, I would say that today's lunar energy signature is one that brings warmth and generosity to our interactions, and wherever we shine our lights, we are sure to bring the mood up. As for the sun side of the page, Venus retrograde and Venus conjunct Pluto. Venus will be in retrograde through the end of January, and Venus and Pluto have been sitting in the same place together in our skies, making a conjunct and amplifying both the love and money habits and the high highs and low lows. While that conjunct is shining a bright spotlight on our habits in relationship to our most treasured people, Venus in retrograde is offering us this opportunity to reassess our approach to those people we most treasure. So, if you notice that one of your approaches to relating with loved ones isn't really working to get a positive, supportive response, it's time to rethink the approach. Ask yourself, what am I looking for in these interactions that either fall flat or blow up? That's right, friends. Check your intentions. Are you coming to the interaction with an open heart full of caring? Are you hiding something, holding on to resentment, or hoping to get something that you're afraid to ask for? Only by coming clean with ourselves and attending to our relationships can we move forward together. And this is so important right now because here comes the challenging part. Again, after midnight, tomorrow morning, at 1:17, like a thief in the night, comes this Saturn Square Uranus aspect. Recall that Saturn is the planet that rules Capricorn, and Capricorn is the planet that currently rules the day. Also recall that Pluto and retrograde Venus are currently in Capricorn as well, making everything so much more intense together. Now, Saturn makes aspect with Uranus. We may find ourselves under some pressure to do things differently when it comes to our responsibilities to the people and networks we rely on for support and uplift. Now, this may sound a little bit like trying to rearrange the foundations of your home, and the aspect is square, which indicates we are likely to meet some challenges. I foresee some alliances being made for group progress. The words union and collective bargaining come to mind. This aspect will be with us for a couple of weeks, so we will have a bunch more opportunities to address it and how it relates to the whole retrograde Venus conjunct Pluto dance that we're doing. 2-week aspect. Challenges with pressure to make changes to foundational bonds. Coming up this Saturday, Mars trine Chiron will put us in touch with our inner resources and healing vibrations for a few days. And also on Saturday, Venus conjunct Pluto doesn't come to an end, but it will begin to find its way to the door, and we can kind of begin to look at Venus conjunct Pluto like in review, which will be a nice thing, I think. This Sunday, the third quarter moon in Libra will invite us to balance out what we have against what needs to be released and begin to let go of those things that no longer serve us. And we will talk about these things and more as they arise. That's it for today, friends. This has been your Daily Aspects, an astrological weather forecast for Thursday, December 23, 2021. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, please like my video and subscribe to the Old Girl channel. I will leave this up here for a little bit longer so that you may have time to look it over. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. My name is Melanie Rose, and I will see you back here tomorrow for more Daily Aspects.